Hey, 8ball and MJG, man.
8ball and MJG. It's like UGK, it's
Come
like
on.
big fans, like some of the first Southern hip hop pioneers that I heard as a youth, So it was like, that was dope, fucking producing their biggest songs. Like,
They went on both of those songs and went slam the fuck off, bang. I mean, when you heard them boys come with what they came with, because also it was a different sound from 8ball and MJG at the same time, but it was like they were there for it. Yeah. So break that down to me when you realized that you had brought the crunk out of 8ball and MJG, and then also put together a masterpiece that Living Legends album may have been one of their best damn albums.
That's incredible on a commercial level, on a upstream level.
Yeah.
Being signed a Bad Boy, that was a incredible album to me.
Damn right.
What I'm saying? I really fuck with that shit. I met them. This is at a time, Beehive, when I had to figure out the music business. Because I was still new in the game. You know what I'm saying? I knew I had dope beats and shit, but my beats weren't getting to the people that I was giving them to the middleman to give them to the niggas that they said they was giving them to, and I wasn't getting no feedback.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I was like, man, like, my shit trash. Is niggas really getting my beats? So when I bump into this, so I told myself I need to get outside and shake hands myself, because I'm me. Like, nigga, I got a hit. Like, I did What's Your Fantasy for Ludacris.
Come on.
So that was my seller. Like, whatever I'm doing at the time, like, that's how I'm selling myself. So, like, yeah, I did. I seen 8ball backstage of Birthday Bash.
Damn.
I walked up on that nigga. I was like, yeah, man, I did What's Your Fantasy Ludacris. And that's a big record. So niggas respond to things like that. He's like, oh, word. So we exchanged information. I was hitting Ball up. Ball never answered the phone. He never answers the phone, right? Mm-hmm. I did something for Swiss Beats artists. Swiss Beats was one of the first up north niggas to fuck with Southern music, because he had Young One.
Yeah.
You remember him?
Yeah, I remember Young One. Yeah.
This was before the South was really took a hold.
Exactly.
Like, he was already in the forefront of it.
Yeah.
And this kind of be before JD even got JD from here and never really embraced Southern niggas until it really started to do something. You know what I'm saying? And Swiss was really already, he had Young One. Mm-hmm. Like, this is the future of where music is going. And I did something for him, so I had to go up to New York to Full Surface to do some business with him. You know what I'm saying? Then that was Monday. On Friday, I had an A&R meeting at Bad Boy, right?
Yeah.
So that Monday, I was hitting Ball's phone. Nigga ain't answering. Nigga finally picks up. He's like, yo, what's good? I'm like, yeah, it's Bangladesh, man. He said, yeah, where you at? I said, I'm in New York. He's like, yeah, I'm in New York too. Come through my hotel. So I went to his room. Ball was like, you know them New York hotel rooms, they tight. It's tight in there. Mm-hmm. It's like this big ass bed. Ball had a bitch and shit. I came in there just me, him, and the bitch. Like, he just in the bed with the bitch and shit. I was like, this shit is awkward because it's tight. You know what I'm saying? So I was just playing him beats on the. I might have had a CD at the time. Mm-hmm. I was playing beats and shit, and he picked Don't Make. Don't Make was on there.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, give me that one. So when I went to the A&R meeting on that Friday, Conrad was the A&R nigga I was meeting with. Conrad, soon as I walked in that bitch, he was like, yo, yo, that shit you gave Ball and G. I was like, I ain't know they did. I ain't know they recorded that bitch already. So he took me into the studio and he played. It was just a hook. Don't. It was just that. I was like, man, this shit hard as hell. Then he was like, yo. So then 8ball and MJG came in the studio. Then Puff came in. So we all standing in this Cypher. Mm-hmm. And they spin their verses to Puff. You know, they spin their verses. And Puff like, why y'all got this nigga just sitting around? Why you got this nigga wasting his time just sitting around, getting middied up in the other room so he can bang out? So I had a flight at 7 though. Like, you know me, nigga, like, nigga, you not controlling me. You not controlling me. I'm not the nigga to control.
I'm with you.
We was just talking about this before we started this interview. Our Beehive don't ain't no controlling nigga, bro.
Come
like
on, babe.
Niggas can't control real niggas, bro.
Oh my God.
That's what I heard. Like niggas giving me duties and shit. Like, I'm getting on this flight at 7, and see they not used to that. Like a nigga like that, nigga like Puff, he ain't used to know. Like he's like what? So Conrad walked over to me. He's like, yeah. So we gonna midi you up in the other room. I was like, yeah, nigga, but I'm leaving in a few hours. Finna go to the airport. And he looked at me like, with a blank face. Cause it's his duty to deliver this message that his boss just gave me. Like, he never heard a nigga say this before. Like, he was like, yeah, but I was thinking we could. I said, yeah, but bro, like I said, I'm leaving on my flight at 7.
Yeah.
I said, besides, you know, I ain't bring my sounds and shit. I ain't got nothing. I said, tell you what, you can, I'ma go back home. I'ma get my shit and y'all just fly me back up here. Mm-hmm. He's like, oh man. That didn't sound good to him, I guess. So I ended up going back to the crib, and like that next day, that Monday, that was a Friday. On Monday, Puff was calling my attorney. He's like, man, I want to sign him, you know, first producer on Bad Boy South. You know, yeah, man, I want y'all to come up here. I want to meet with y'all and blah, blah, blah. So I was going to take the meeting, but I knew I wasn't going to sign with him. Mm-hmm. You know, I already knew that, you know what I'm saying? Because at that point, man, I'm like, like you was saying before this interview, like, I don't like to be hawked, and I don't want to feel like I'm working for a nigga. I don't feel like I'm in the path. Like my vision is to be on that level, to be in that same light. I don't want nobody controlling what I'm doing, or like I don't want no bad business being. I just don't want to be under another man.
Come on, man.
So I already knew in my mind I wasn't going to do it. I just took the meeting, went to the meeting, just me and my attorney. And it's a female attorney, right? We in the meeting, it's like 12 of them. It's like
Damn.
12 of them in there. And, you know, he's talking to me like, yeah, man, he's selling me, you know, yeah, man, I just whoop, whoop, man, you know, blah, 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 man, you know, making Atlanta my second home, you know, whoop, whoop. And he'll ask a question, and my attorney will answer the question. And at first, I wasn't even paying no attention to it. By the third time he asked a question, she answered again. He was like, I think he can answer his own questions. Like he got angry, you know, because she was answering the questions, and the answers was shit he didn't want to hear.
Yeah.
I think he can answer his own questions. So the first thing I said out my mouth, I was like, yeah, man, I appreciate everything, but I really don't want to sign with you, bro. That's the first thing I said. And he looked, you know, Diddy like on his knee like this at me. He like this on his knee. And he looking at me like he can do magic and change my mind. Like, he like, no. Voila, like so he like I don't even want to answer. Now here come the finesse. Here come the finesse. I started feeling like a chick. You know how you might holler at a chick and she ain't give you no play, and you just keep offering her shit till she go. That's how I started to feel. So he's like, I don't even want to answer. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do a 6-month trial period with you. I'll give you all the work, no paperwork. I was like, in my mind, I'm like, damn, this nigga like really trying to get at me. In my mind, I'm like, shit, paperwork better than no paperwork. No paperwork? How you think that sound? Like, no paperwork. You just work, no paperwork. Like, nah, I'd rather know what that shit say. Like, nah, you know what I'm saying? So I ended up not doing it, but I had like curated a sound for 8ball and MJG because I had did 2 more. Yeah. I had 3 in total, and an intro I did. An interlude. I did an interlude, not the intro. So I had curated the sound, and that sound at that time, that was a new style for me.
Yeah.
Like I remember being in my studio, and I was coming up with that shit, and I was like, man, this shit different.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I had a little. That's when I became a producer.
Okay.
When I was doing in that time, that 2002, 2003 time, I felt like, yeah, now I'm a producer because I transformed into my own style. You know what I'm saying? Before I was like, you can hear my inspiration in my prior beats, but that was my shit. I was like, okay. That's when I started tagging my beats.